In the 2023 season, the Ravens were a triple crown defense, having one of the best statistical defenses in modern NFL history. Entering the year 2024, a lot of people thought that this defense would look very similar or somewhat close to the defense we saw last year. However, in the first 10 weeks of the year 2024, the Ravens were ranked 32nd in pass defense and middle of the pack in every statistical category outside of run defense. In this video, I'll be talking about how Zach Orr and John Harbaugh made tough decisions and how those decisions impacted the defense in the final 8 weeks of the year. Before I get into this video, I do want to shout out a couple things on the personal side. I do have links to both my Twitter account and my Twitch account. Also, the ZFarm Gaming YouTube channel is now up. If you want to support the brand even further, go down, hit the subscribe button to the ZFarm Gaming channel. That is where I'll be posting my MLB The Show, Madden, NBA 2K, and FIFA videos. Also, if you are new to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit that like button, and comment what your thoughts are on this new Zach Orr defense. If you think Zach Orr has done a great job this year, and if you think the Ravens have a good chance to win the Super Bowl in the year 2025. Now, let's get into this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to look towards the start of how this Ravens defense finally came into mold after 10 weeks of bad pass defense, you have to look at the star of this new uprising in the defense. And it was number 29, our Darius Washington, the man who is currently playing in a contract year for the Baltimore Ravens. He has been lights out for this team in the last 8 weeks, especially. The way that our Darius has been playing the safety position has been spectacular. And not only the safety position, he has over 150 snaps in both the slot corner position and inside the box, along with 436 snaps at the free safety position. The versatility that our Darius Washington has brought to this defense has been amazing. And not only having the versatility of our Darius Washington, but Kyle Hamilton at the safety position, it has elevated the Ravens defense and their pass defense back to what it was last year, being number one in the last 5 weeks of the National Football League. And with that, it has earned our Darius Washington a 85.6 coverage grade on PFF, 5th out of 97 safeties graded on that position. Now, our Darius, like I said, is in a contract year. And we saw last year with Geno Stone, he got a decent bag from the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do I think we have a shot to re-sign our Darius? I think we do. I hope we do, because he has been lights out, and just having two lockdown safeties, two versatile safeties like Kyle Hamilton, like our Darius Washington in the building for the next 5 to 7 years would be absolutely incredible. So I hope they bring back our Darius. I hope they keep him, and I hope he balls out with these remaining playoff games that are coming up. And I hope it starts in Buffalo, because the world will know who our Darius Washington is come this Sunday. So I am very excited for the world to find out who our Darius Washington is. As Raven fans, they already know his name, but it's time for the world to see what our Darius brings to our defense. Now, our Darius isn't the only unsung hero that replaced a certain player in this defense. The Ravens made multiple changes after the Cincinnati Bengals game, one of them being the middle linebacker position. Trenton Simpson, who a lot of Ravens fans thought going into this year would be the Patrick Queen replacement. Now, for the first 4 weeks, he looked pretty good. He looked very good, in fact. But towards the middle of the season, the Ravens were just being bullied in the middle of the field. And not only in the middle of the field, running back passes were starting to be completed more and more, and for more gains than ever. The Ravens made the swap on November 25th against the LA Chargers, and they brought in Chris Board, who has been lights out for this Ravens defense since then. And I thought he should get a shout out in this video as well, because since then, the Ravens run defense has gotten better. Yes, the number one run defense somehow got better. After the Pittsburgh Steelers game, the Ravens defense was allowing 93.7 yards per game on the ground. At the end of the season, the Ravens finished with a total of 80.1 yards per game, 13 yards less than the number 2 run defense, the Minnesota Vikings, at 93.4. And that is in huge part to Chris Board, who has filled the gaps both in the passing lanes and in the running lanes. Now, the Ravens needed more, and Zach Orr knew this going into this year. The Ravens defense knew it wasn't going to just take 2 moves to make this defense better. They needed one of their own to step up. And it was an unsung hero, a man that was drafted just 3 years ago in the year 2021 in the first round. Odafe Oweh. A man who last year tied his career high in sacks, which was his rookie season, at 5. This year, in the year 2024, Odafe Oweh doubled that number and finished the 2024 campaign with his first double-digit sack season at 10. And for someone who was being considered a bust going into this year, Odafe Oweh made a lot of those people eat their words. Another man that made Ravens fans eat their words, at least some, Marlon Humphrey. Last year, Marlon Humphrey arguably had one of the worst career years he's had. Going into 2024, a lot of fans were wondering, is this it? Is this the last year we're going to see Marlon Humphrey at his prime? Well, they were mistaken. Another doubling of career high numbers. Marlon Humphrey had 6 interceptions this year, compared to his previous career high of 3 in both 2022 and 2019. 6 interceptions and a career high PFF coverage grade of 83.3, which ranks 4th out of 117 cornerbacks in the National Football League. Those 2 men single-handedly stepping up for this defense at a time where guys like Brandon Stevens, Marcus Williams, Eddie Jackson were all just kind of selling the bag and weren't giving the Ravens their fullest potential on defense. Those 4 names that I just mentioned changed the landscape in the last 8 weeks of football and arguably made the Ravens AFC North champions this year, along with the historic offense that Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry produced for them this year. If it wasn't for the 4 names I mentioned, the Ravens would not be in the spot they're in. In fact, we're probably talking about the Ravens being a wild card team. Maybe a 10-7 team at best. But Zach Orr made the changes. Zach Orr finally realized it's time to win. And now, in the playoffs, Zach Orr is looking at his biggest test in Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and the winner of the NFC Championship, which could be either Matthew Stafford, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, or Jaden Daniels. And if the Ravens want to win it all, they have to go through those quarterbacks. And Zach Orr has to figure out a game plan to win those 3 games. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. Once again, if you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the like button, share to your friends, and also comment down below. Do you believe in Zach Orr in these last 3 games? Do you believe in Zach Orr going into the future? Do you think Zach Orr is potentially the next man up? If John Harbaugh says, I'm done. We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.